Let me guess, you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel and you're wondering if you're too old. Or maybe you're young and you're wondering if now is the right time. Well, today we're going to be talking about the biggest differences between starting YouTube young or starting when you're older, over 40, like myself. Stick to the end of the video because we're going to talk about which is better, start when you're young or starting when you're over 40, when you're a little older. All right, so starting young has some huge advantages, but it also comes with its own struggles. So let's break it down. The pros of starting YouTube when you're young. Number one, you got more time and more energy. And this is obvious because you don't have that many responsibilities. You might not have a family. You might not have a full-time job. Or even if you do, you don't have to worry about maybe paying the mortgage, maybe paying a bunch of debt off because you're still young. You might even be living with your parents, so that might help you out. Number two, it's a lot easier for you to adapt. What does that mean? Well, you most likely grew up on social media. You are used to using TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You probably search a lot of things on YouTube. You probably make videos. You're probably on camera already. You probably edit already. So this might be something that you're used to already, but now if you focus, you can build it into a really good YouTube channel. Number three, you're more willing to experiment. Well, when you're younger, you have less fear of judgment and you can follow trends a lot easier than somebody that's older. So that's a pro of starting YouTube when you're young. And number four, you can build a long-term career. Because you're starting young, you have plenty of time to build something long-term. You have decades basically that you can dedicate to YouTube and build it into a great career or a hobby or whatever you want to make your YouTube. So those are some of the pros of starting YouTube when you're young. Now, just to sum it up, a young YouTube creator has more time and more energy, but you might lack experience and stability. All right, now let's talk about if you're over 40 and you want to start YouTube. The game's a little bit different, but you have some major advantages younger creators do not. And let's go over these, okay? The pros of starting YouTube when you're older, over 40. You have more life experience and perspective. What does this mean? Well, you've been through a lot in your life. You might have already been married. You might have kids. You might have a career. You might have had several careers. You have a lot of stories that you can tell because of how much you have lived. So you can bring real value, wisdom, and depth to your content. All right, number two, you are more disciplined and patient. Again, you've been through a lot. You've probably worked at a job for many years. You've been doing the same thing over and over again. You know how to be disciplined, and you can do that also with your YouTube channel. All right, you're more financially stable. That's number three. That means that you don't depend on your YouTube to make money to be able to survive. You most likely already have a full-time job. You might have your own place to live, your own car paid off. And again, this is in general, not everybody's gonna be in this situation, but most people over 40 are in a better situation and they don't need a YouTube channel to survive. It might be something you wanna make money on, but you might not need that to survive at the moment. Somebody that's younger might be living with their parents, might wanna get on YouTube because they don't want to have a full-time job, a normal 9 to 5, and they want to make that the way that they get their income. Somebody older might not need it, but they might want it. All right. And stronger niche positioning. What does this mean? Well, older creators can build credibility faster in certain niches because they can talk about them and talk about their experience. For example, fatherhood. Somebody that's younger that doesn't have kids might not be able to talk about something like that. Business, self-improvement. So again, let's recap. For somebody that's over 40, starting YouTube, they have more life experience, they have stability, but they might lack time and energy. Which is better, starting YouTube when you're young or starting when you're older, maybe over 40? Well, the truth is, it's not about age. I hate to say this to you guys. It's about commitment, consistency, and playing to your strength. So what does that mean? Well, if you're young, it is the time for you to start. Use your energy, adaptability, and your time to experiment and learn. If you're over 40, this is the time for you to start. Use your experience, your patience, and your wisdom to create meaningful content. At the end of the day, guys, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So stop overthinking and just start. Real quick, before we continue, guys, do me a favor. On the comments below, tell me what is your age. If you're 25, if you're 45, write it down. And then also let me know why you want to start YouTube, or if you've already started YouTube, what kind of content you want to make it of, or what kind of content you've already started. And if it is something that interests me, I want to follow your channel and help you get started. And hopefully other people also look at the comments, and if they're interested, they will follow you also and subscribe to your channel. So I figured this way we can kind of help each other out a little bit.